Now.
Hi everybody, welcome back to another Keeping Up with the Klee Kai. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Thursday. Today we are going to talk about what you guys should have when you're bringing home a new puppy. And not just the essentials, but what are the must-haves? Like what is the hacks that as a breeder we found work best, what doesn't work, what you guys should spend your money on, what you shouldn't spend your money on. So before we get started, my name is Desiree. My daughter Alexis is behind there running the show. If you guys are new, thank you for joining us. Please type new in the comments below so we can welcome you guys. And before we get started, we do have a couple of housekeeping rules that we like to go over real quickly. So if you guys are new, we do go live every Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. And we ask that you please put 3 question marks before and after your questions in the comments. That way my daughter doesn't miss your questions and we can answer everybody. We also ask that you try to keep your questions on topic of what we are talking about today, unless you guys put a super chat or a super sticker. And if you do that, then you guys bump to the top of the list and you can ask any question. It doesn't have to be about this topic. If you aren't familiar with what super chat and super stickers are, those are donations that we get from our viewers and our fans, and that money goes back into our program. We buy things that we try to see if it works for our breeding program and for our puppies, and then we share it with you guys on the live, so that way you guys know what you should and shouldn't buy. I think that is it. So Alexis, if you don't have any questions, I am going to get started.
Go for it.
All right. Of course, I know you guys all want to know who's in here, where are the puppies, where are the baby puppies, all of that. We'll get into that in just a little bit. But right now, just so you know, we've got a puppy probably lost somewhere. Oh yeah, he went through the hole and got lost over here. But these puppies are 5 and 6 weeks old. Now, oh, come here. Sorry, baby. Come here. You can't go over there and then not learn how to get out. Hi. All right. I'm so happy that they're little because we can do this topic pretty easily without too many crazy distractions. All right. So first things first, crates. Obviously, most people know we crate train our puppies and our dogs. And we highly, highly, highly recommend having a crate. But what kind of crate? What size of crate? What's good? What's bad? What works? What doesn't work? So for us, we don't like the wire crates. Of course, to each their own. If you guys do like the wire crates, go ahead and get a wire crate. Just keep in mind that they need to be small. When you bring home a puppy, especially Klee Kai, they're really small. So these guys are like not even 2.5 pounds. And then we got our little porker over here. He's a big boy. But even for him, at nighttime, he needs to be in a tiny crate. The reason why is because you don't want them to potty in their crate and then go back to sleep. She wants in. She can come in. We have an intruder. We have an intruder. Yes, I know. I see you guys. And so we want a small crate. I like the small plastic crates. Why? Because they're easy to carry around and move from room to room. They are small enough to where the puppies are not going to go potty. They're literally going to sleep and cry and tell you when they need to get out. The other option is a soft crate, which we don't use these every day, but we do like the soft crates if you're going to the vet or if you're taking your puppy somewhere, and they're pretty convenient because they aren't big and bulky. So we like these, and then of course what comes with crates, now Diamond wants out, now Nala wants out, now everybody wants out. We'll see how many dogs we can fit in here. Honey, can you get her, actually Alexis, can you get Diamond? Where do you want me to put her? In your room, because I don't want to hear her banging on everything.
She doesn't have a crate in there.
Handle it. So, when you have a carry crate that you are taking your puppy somewhere, some things that are convenient and obviously a must-have, if you're not just going on a quick trip, is you're gonna want some type of little bowl, but you don't want a big bulky bowl. You don't want something that you have to shove in a bag or your purse. So if you get one of these collapsible bowls, then they have a little hook and you can just clip it on. And this you can even clip onto a plastic crate if you are using a small plastic crate whenever you travel somewhere. So very, very convenient, and it just snaps right on there. The other thing that you're gonna want is poo bags, and again, they just snap on there, so very convenient. So what size are these crates? So these crates are pretty small, like I was saying. So this is a typical size I would recommend for an 8, 10, 12-week-old puppy, sometimes even a little bigger depending if they're tiny little toy size. And this is a 15 by 17 by 21. So it's pretty small, okay? And then when our dogs get older, we usually use, a 19 by 21 by 28 for a full-size Klee Kai. Even a smaller one like Nala and even the pups that we keep still sleep in a bigger crate once they sleep through the night. So you can get that size crate once they're potty trained or at least crate trained and sleep through the night. That way they'll have a little more space.
Hey, time out. You didn't see what we're giving away.
No, I didn't. Alexis is, I see you, Rue. Alexis is reminding me that I didn't tell you what we're giving away. So of course, because we're talking about puppy supplies and must-haves, and I know all of you guys are making notes and you're all going to want to buy stuff. So we are going to give away a Petco gift card to somebody today. So that way we will help you guys get started on your puppy supply list. And then we also, I see you. We also have a couple other things. We have a pair of socks. Where is all my stuff? We have a pair of socks we are giving away today. And they're the cutest. Especially it's getting warm. It is getting warm. Cold. Oh yeah, it's getting cold. It's not getting warm. It's getting cold. So we're going to give away a pair of socks. Now, if we have a lot of viewers and a lot of things on here today, we do have a couple of masks that are flawed, I will say, that I can't sell because we kind of messed them up. Although you guys probably can't tell, but I can tell. Alexis could tell. So if we have a lot of people on here, we'll also throw in a couple of masks. I don't know. Alexis will decide. So they work perfectly fine, but when we printed them, we just see a shadow, a little bit of a shadow. So I don't want to sell those. So that's what we're giving away. We'll go over all of the other stuff, our calendars, of course, all our merchandise here in a little bit. I'm glad you guys like the crates. You want to go in? Are we good?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. If you guys go with wire crates, then you want to have a cover for your crate. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that as soon as I put these away. So a cover is something that you're going to want to use on the wire crates because, hi babies, they're all open. So a wire crate is open. They aren't covered like these plastic ones. And this breed, for one, they like to cry when they can't see you. And if they're covered, they're less likely to cry. And it actually helps them because they like to be in a den environment, quiet, secluded. So if you guys get a wire crate, I highly recommend you cover them with something. Now, this is an actual cover that they sell at Petco, PetSmart, Amazon, everywhere. And it goes over the wire crates perfectly. I use them on my big, big plastic crates, but they're really made for the metal crates. However, they work perfectly. So they have Velcro sides, and you can roll up the one top. And so they work really, really conveniently because you don't have to pull the whole thing on and off. Now, you don't have to buy this. You can use a blanket. You could use a sheet. You could use anything to just cover up that crate. Yeah, puppies under. What are you guys doing under there?
I have a quick question.
Okay.
Tracy asked, are the soft crates to fly with machine washable in case of any accidents?
They usually will come with a little soft bed that's inside of them that is washable, but the crate themselves, you can't throw them in the washer, but you can hose them out.
or even just rinse them off with rag and stuff, depending on how bad it is. But what we recommend is just putting pee pads. So if you have a little puppy that you're using and you're traveling, layer it with pee pads, and that way you can just throw that pee pad away and keep going. And it just makes it a lot easier than having to pull out the whole bed and try to wash it, or try to wash the whole soft crate. Hi, babies. Hi. All right, we good?
Yep.
All right. So let me put this back. Of course, we have all these puppies, so I can't just lay everything out because they'll destroy everything and they'll take it all and drag it. So let me just make sure I try to stick to my little topic at hand here. I see you guys. I know. All right. So next, Alexis, just let me know if you have any questions. All right, next I want to talk about bowls. Now, a lot of this you guys think are essentials, right? We all need bowls and crates and leashes and collars. But some of the things that I'm trying to share with you guys are things that you wouldn't really know without either trying it or being told. So that's what I want to share. And some of this I've talked about before, but some of it I have not. And that's because some of it is either new or just hard for me to remember to tell you everything. All right, when it comes to bowls, whether it's food bowls, water bowls, there's no food in there, Chunk. We don't like using these types of bowls because they slide. So when you have a puppy like that, who gets into everything or plays in their water or wants to carry off their bowl, if it has a lip, it makes it very easy for a puppy to grab the lip and carry it and spill the water everywhere. It also is really easy for the bowls to slide. So we don't like using those types of bowls. We like to use, and we get these from Petco. They're all on that list, I believe. Amazon has them, but they're not the same. I like the ones at Petco, just so you know. They're Harmony bowls. And the reason I like these ones is for a few reasons. They have the nice thick rubber. The dogs so far haven't chewed it off, even if they were to get it tipped over. I like that it has these two little notches so that whenever it's full of water, you can set it down without your hands being underneath. Because if you have a bowl full and you're trying to set it down and you're holding the bottom, then you start spilling it. So I like these. Also, they don't slide across the floor, where these just really slide easily. Rue, can you just sit in the chair? Get up here. Get over here. Come on. So, thank you. She's like, I don't want in there. So, food and water, I like these types of bowls. Now, if you are trying to feed your dog in a crate, or if you want to leave water in your crate, one thing that we use, that's why I can't have everything down here. I like to use these stainless steel bowls. They're made specifically for pets. They have hooks, so they go on the door of the crate on the inside. And all I use is just a double-sided hook. Yeah, you're choking yourself out, goofball. Get down. Get down. So all I use is this. Okay? And then I hook this directly onto the crate door. Now, when you have a little puppy, I don't recommend leaving water out all the time for your puppy at nighttime. So I wouldn't use this at night. But during the day, you could use it. Stay out of there. And if you are trying to crate train your puppy and the puppy doesn't like it, then feed them in their crate. And you could use this to put in their bowl, in their crate, and put their food in there. And it'll really start to convince the puppy that the crate's not such a bad thing. Okay, so use those. If these are too big, if your crate is too small and they don't fit well, the next best thing are crock bowls. And for years and years and years, we used these. Especially when we go to dog shows, we use these because they hook this way. Can you guys watch out? Brew, honey, do you want to just let her out with you?
Sure.
I have a super chat from Emily.
Okay.
Brew.
Brew, go with it. Go.
Ready?
Yeah.
Lots of furniture style crates out there. Any favorites or stick to the traditional?
You know what? They actually have some really cute end table style crates that I like a lot. The only problem is I don't like them for little puppies because you got to remember a little puppy is going to have accidents. If they have it in a little plastic crate, it's really easy to take it outside and hose it out if you had to. Those really beautiful end table crates, really hard to do that with. And if they're made of wood, your puppy might chew the outside of that crate. So just be aware of that. When they get older, it's great to have those and they're really pretty. But as a young puppy, I would say stick with the traditional until they're a little bit older and you can trust them.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah.
Point out those babies in the bed.
Oh, they're on this side. Look at those babies. Out like a light. And then you got this one. Now you know why he's so big. Look at him. He's in there getting into stuff, huh? Yeah, you're getting into stuff. Yeah. Okay, are we good?
Yep.
All right, back to the crock bowls. So the way these work is pretty simple. You take this side on the outside of the crate, this side on the inside of the crate, you put them together, you screw it from the outside. And then this part is inside. And these are at Petco, PetSmart, Amazon. Okay, you see the bottom? All you're gonna do is put this in and twist. And now it's locked. So this would be inside the crate. This is convenient because all you have to do is twist and pull out to wash, refill, that type of thing. So pretty convenient, and they can't really spill this because they can chew. Look at my dogs have. You see all those chew marks? Let me see.
Focus on your face.
It is focused on my face. There, look at those chew marks. They still haven't done any damage. So convenient. Also, when you're traveling, very convenient. Okay. So these are another option for bowls. All right. Moving on. We good?
Yeah.
Hi, baby.
She was stuck. Or he.
What are you doing, goofball? Huh? What are you doing? Okay. Next is puppy gates, puppy pens, X pens, all of that. Now, I talk about those a lot because I love the ones from Petco. The link is,
I'm going to put it up.
Alexis is going to put it up. The link for those, it's called it's called You and Me Convertible Pet Gate, I think it's Convertible Pet Gate and Play Yard. Petco has them on sale right now for $97, and they're normally like $130.
I can't put it up, the link's too long.
Oh, that's fine. It's on the link to, in the bottom of this video, there's the link to the puppy supply list. The link is there, or just go to Petco and search for You and Me Pet Gate, and you'll see it. So it comes in a lot of pieces, and you can make it as big or as small as you want. It's made for puppies and dogs, so the bars are smaller, meaning there's not such a big gap on them. And so most puppies can't get through. However, these guys, they can. Only through the gate area. So at the gate, it's too wide. The gap is like 2 inches and maybe 2 1/4. And then everything else is like barely 2 inches. So they can't fit through that, but through the gate part, they can. So my favorite hack, we've tried a few things now because we always have little puppies when we are raising. They're 4, 5, 6 weeks old, and they start to get into the bigger areas, and then they are magically right behind us. How did you guys get out? So we have put vinyl, looped it through to keep them from coming through. One thing that we haven't tried, but I wanted to, was just, we have a whole roll in our garage of extra screen material. So say you wanted to replace the screen window and you buy just the roll. I wanted to try that, but I haven't figured out how I would do it. Would I do a hole punch and would it just rip the whole thing, or would I wrap it around? But I will try that. But the easiest and the cheapest way that I found that has been the best so far is we have tons of these. And these are regular regular kid. So if you go to Target, Walmart, Amazon, and you just get a little toddler gate, this small one is like $8, if that, I think it is. And what I did is I took one side and I just cut it off. So you'll see this. I saved this because I still have a whole nother side in case I need to use it. So I just cut this off, right? And then we zip tied it to the gate. And it worked perfectly because they can't fit through it. So this was my favorite hack so far. Are you guys gonna eat it? Huh?
Lindsay said that one of her friends got a corgi back in April, and she loves that gate.
Yes, I'm telling you, we have 5 of them now. So last time they were on sale for $97, I went and bought 2 more because that's a pretty good savings, and I absolutely love it. You can mount it to the wall so they can't push it. You can make it as small or as big as you want, and you can adjust the each little panel to not be straight. So if you need it to go in an octagon or a rectangle or whatever, you can. And it has a gate, and it has a little bitty puppy gate too, which we never use, but it has it.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you, Cheryl. So puppy gates, puppy pens. Of all of the ones that we've used, and I'm telling you, we've used a lot, that one is my favorite. And they have them in just gates as well. So like my big gate here on the side is also the same company. And there's different heights. I know. What are you doing? Why? Why? You're a bad boy. Look at everybody's asleep. Everybody but you. Stop eating it. No.
Cheryl said, not a question, but thank you. You managed to answer all of them before I can ask.
Yay. Yay.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you. You quit eating it. So the gate itself is the same company, still from Petco. Nothing I found on Amazon or Target or anywhere else worked like this one worked. And it's only at Petco. But the gate is the same. The pin itself is 28 inches tall by 144. So 144 inches, but again, it comes in each little section. I think there's 9 sections. So you can make it as big or small as you want. And believe it or not, that's only 28 inches. I'm pointing right here because it's literally right in front of me. It's only 28 inches tall, but even Rue, who's my jumper, doesn't jump it because the bars are vertical. So one thing with that little wooden gate that we talk about that I cut apart, it's crisscrossed, so it makes for a really easy climb for the dogs because they can just put their paws in there and climb over it. When you have vertical bars, they can't do that. They literally put their foot and it just slides all the way down.
But both gates are the same height. Rue just doesn't think she can jump it because of what it looks like.
Yeah, exactly. They are the same height, but she doesn't. That one's smaller, but the other one is the same height. But she doesn't jump it. She doesn't even try. So I don't know. I love them though. Any questions about that before I move on?
Nope, you're good.
Okay. Leashes and collars, right? It's essential. Everybody needs leashes and collars when you have a new puppy. But not every leash or collar is the same. And depending on the breed you have, when we talk Klee Kai, I give you guys information based on this breed because obviously I know a lot about the breed. I know some problems in the past that have happened with collars. And so I'm only sharing what I recommend. Some people love harnesses, great. Some people use other items, that's fine. I'm just telling you what works for me and what I don't care for. So I'm gonna pull those out, and if you don't quit eating my chair, you're going to jail. All right, so we use several different types of leashes and collars. And I have to keep walking away because I have every tub over here, and if I put them on the ground, you saw little Stone getting into the basket. Imagine if I had them all out here. He would just be in heaven. Here, why don't you guys go sleep over there? Hi, handsome. Hi. Oh, are you stuck? Oh, poor guy. He got his foot stuck. He's all wrapped over there. All right. I'm going to sit down here.
I have a quick question for you.
Sure.
Emily asked, I've seen info that says collars cause thyroid problems. True or false?
Collars?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. I'm going to say false, but I don't know if it's just was it a study or just people saying that? That's bizarre. I've never heard of that.
Thank you, Sue. We also have a super chat.
Okay.
How many shoelaces do you go through a week?
No. Believe it or not, I've never had to replace my shoelaces ever from the dogs. So if you just buy decent shoes, I guess the laces, they hold up. I double knot my shoelaces so that they can't actually pull them and make me fall or shred them. But funny question. I don't go through them.
She said they always seem to be chewing on them.
Always. And it doesn't matter the age. Like literally at 4 weeks old, they just start chewing on my laces. I do have a couple of other pairs of shoes. One specifically that doesn't have laces. But I have back problems. If I don't have good supportive shoes, then my back hurts. And so I don't like to wear them too much. So whatever. But it's sad. I haven't had to buy new ones. All right. We good?
One more.
Okay, go ahead.
Tanya said, should you leave a puppy alone with a martingale? If no, what kind of collar can you leave on a dog puppy alone with?
Okay, so a martingale is one that will actually loosen and tighten on its own, and I have one in here somewhere in my disaster. For those of you that don't know what a martingale is, so a martingale, and of course this is thicker than I would recommend for a little puppy, but a martingale will go around the dog's head like this, okay? So it'd go through here, and this is where the hook is. So it literally will tighten when you walk your puppy. So it's kind of like a choke, but not as harsh. And for those people who don't like choke chains.
Hey, really quick.
Yeah.
Emily said the article says the thyroid gland is in the neck where the collar hits.
Oh. I've never heard of that. So I'm going to say false. We don't have thyroid problems. All our dogs have collars. Maybe it's breed specific, but I have not heard of that.
And then we have another super chat from Liz.
Okay, but let me finish this one with martingales.
Oh, you're right.
Okay, so what I would say, if you are going to leave a collar on, which we do leave collars on our dogs, but I wouldn't leave something like this on your dog if they can get their neck stuck somewhere or get this part stuck somewhere. Because remember, this is on their neck and this is hanging and loose. And so if this were to get stuck on the edge of a crate or their pen or something, then they could get stuck there. So just be careful with that depending on where they're at in the home. All right, now I'll let you finish that before I keep going.
Okay, Liz's super chat. She said, how much do you think Sky's puppies will weigh when they go home? And will they be small toy or bigger toy? I know it depends on each pup.
So right now, all of the puppies are 2.4 and smaller. So 2 pounds, 4 ounces and smaller. They're 5 weeks old tomorrow, so they only have 3 weeks before they go home. So my guess is they will all be 3 pounds or less when they go home. That is usually a sign of a toy or very, very small mini.
I just wanted to point this out really quick. Sandy said that she's left her puppy alone with her sons and he was fine, But if she went to the kitchen or to the restroom, he'll howl like crazy and feel special.
Yeah. It's when they know you're home, right? Okay, so leashes and collars. We like to use very specific collars and leashes. And there's a reason why, so I'm going to go through that. She needs to go away. She's pouncing all over. Yeah. Brat, 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 brat. You're a brat. Okay. So an 8-week-old puppy is going to wear, you can't get into everything or I'm going to lock you up, a collar. Now these are collars that are really, really small. They're not collars that I would use for walking, okay? But you want to get your dog used to a collar. So these are very small plastic clips. Do you see that plastic clip? Okay. I know it's wanting to focus all over the place, but on me. And this right here is super tiny. It is for 6 to 9 inches. 6 to 9 inches, which is perfect whenever you're going to have a toy. Now, it has this hook to walk your dog. I would not use this to walk your dog. The reason why is because it's got a plastic hook. So a plastic hook is going to break if your dog gets startled and takes off running. This is super, super cheesy plastic. But if you're looking for really small collars, there's not many choices, okay? So this is just an everyday wear your collar, get used to it type of thing, or you're going in the backyard, potty training, that type of thing, but don't walk your dog with this type of collar. Now, what I would say you want to use is buckle or metal clips. And the reason why is because these, hi, baby.
Catherine said she thinks she has that collar. The little plastic.
Oh, the little plastic one?
The same color too.
That's funny. So look at this tiny, I'm going to turn this light on. Look at how tiny this is. Super tiny, and it's a buckle. I like this because they can't break this. Well, I guess they could probably break anything, but these guys are small. They're not going to break that. This is, of course, a little bigger. So I like this type of collar for my Klee Kai because I feel safer with them having this. But I don't walk them with this usually. I use my choke chains, right? But when you have a tiny puppy, here it is, you have to find them something. So I would say, if you can, find them the buckle. This is the choke chains that we love, love, love. Even for an 8-week-old puppy, this is what we use for training. This is what we use for walking because this is the fastest way to get their attention. And no matter what, if they get spooked or they're stubborn or they see a cat and they want to take off running after it, they are not going to slip out of this. There's no way. And you're going to be able to correct them very, very easily. Come here, Stone. Come here, buddy. He's a bully. He's more than twice their size. Did you guys see that? He slid down the slide. You slid. So they cannot be as stubborn as they want to, and they're going to have to listen. So it's not going to hurt him, but he's going to learn really quickly that I'm in control. And that's why I like this over any type of collar or harness.
That kind of answers this question, but Tanya said, do you prefer the martingales or choke chains?
I prefer the choke chains just because a lot of the martingales are usually, they're not metal. They're made of nylon. You're so needy. You're so needy. Can you go sit down? Go sit down. Go. Go. Come on. But yeah, I prefer the metal, but martingales are not bad, especially if it's still a small puppy and they're listening and they're learning. If they're still not listening with the martingale, because they're not, you're snorting. Here, go. it's not going to be a quick reaction. So the martingales are definitely gentler. Okay, bro. But I like these better.
Quick question.
Yes.
Would you recommend Z dogs, collars, harnesses, and leashes for Klee Kai?
I don't know what they are.
Me either.
Yeah, I'm not sure. If they're a metal buckle, or a metal clip on, I'll show you the metal clip on one. Then I would say yes. If they're not, I don't know, unfortunately. If you want to send me the description or email me a picture, I can tell you, Emily. But I'm going to show you this.
It wasn't Emily.
Oh, it wasn't? I thought it was. Here.
Adjustable. I looked it up.
Okay, so this is the other type. If you were to use a regular collar, a nylon collar, this has a metal part of the buckle, okay? So I feel very comfortable with this. So I would use this over the plastic one if I really wanted this type of collar.
They look like hard plastic clips.
So
the buckle has a 4-point locking system for added safety.
I don't know. I would need to look at it, Lex.
I know. I'm just saying.
Okay. So when it comes to leashes, don't be taking my stuff. Don't be taking my stuff. No. There's several leashes, and we don't use just one leash. We use... Oh. You put it on the...
I know. I'm showing you. I would say no. They're plastic.
Yeah, but it has some extra little thing, but they are plastic. So, I'm not sure. I would probably need to look into that a little more. So as far as leashes go, I don't feel like it's universal. One leash fits all. You're gonna have different leashes for different things. We use very thin, short leashes when we do training. And when we do walking, we use different ones. So in my house, if I'm training a puppy, I have a short leash on them, and it's very thin and lightweight. And that's just for training, just for working with them, just for teaching them the basics. If I am just taking them out potty and I want them out front, then I could use this, but this is specifically more for training purposes, just so that I can correct them when I need to very easily, but I'm not holding it. It's usually just down on the ground, and I'll grab it if I need to. So more for training. And then for walks, I'll use a few different kinds. Just remember, when you're bringing home a puppy, especially a Klee Kai puppy, most of them, thank you, Rue, most of them are 5 pounds or less. So if you have a 5-pound puppy and you buy a super thick, heavy collar, and then you buy a super thick leash put it all on a 5-pound puppy, this poor little puppy's head and neck is going to be hurting. It's going to be too heavy for them. So keep that in mind and buy a very thin leash, okay? Just super thin. It doesn't have to even be really, really long, but just simple, basic. And then that's how you're going to use, that's what you're going to use for walks. If you guys go with the adjustable, I don't even know what these are called. Flex, I think they're Flex something. If you use this, I'm not against these. I have one. But you need to know how to use it. Your dog doesn't get to roam free. If you don't know what this is, it retracts. And you can push this button down and lock it. Or you can actually, if you hold it, it'll lock while you're just walking. Or you can push it in and lock it in place. So you can have it at different lengths, which can be very, very convenient. However, a lot of people leave it open at all times, and you'll see people walking their dog, and the dog is in full control and the owner is not. And I don't like it for that reason. Now, if you use this correctly, then it can be a great tool, because whenever you are in a good open space, you can let it open and let the dog run. You can also work on recall with those, because you still have it in your hand, but it gives them a good 10, 15, depending on the size, even 20 feet of play, and you can work on recall, knowing that even if they don't listen to you, that you still have the end of the leash. So they can be good. Just make sure you know how to use them. Make sure that your dog knows what side they need to be on whenever you're walking them, that type of thing. It's just not a free-for-all.
I have a quick question from Jasmine.
Okay.
She said, where did you get the bed that the puppies are sleeping in?
This bed, I think I got this at Marshall's or Home Goods. Marshalls and Home Goods and TJ Maxx have amazing deals on beds. Sometimes Petco, PetSmart can be kind of expensive for the beds, but I'm pretty sure I got this at Home Goods or Marshalls. Hi, little baby. And they love this bed. It's really deep, and they all can jump in there and they're all cozy. Hi, baby boy. So the other thing for leashes is, if you're going to work on recall, or even if you're working in your home and you don't want your puppy to have free roam and you aren't able to put gates up or pens, or maybe you're in a specific room and you just don't want them to have free run for all, then you can buy one of these. Hi, baby boy. And this is just a super long leash for training. So it just has a hook on one end and it's 20 feet long. And so this is really used for recall, for training in big like parks and types. I like to go to like the baseball fields at the park and close the gates and then use this, because you can still have it really long, and if they don't listen, you can still grab them. Hi, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, are we good?
Yep.
My thing is a little wobbly.
I noticed that earlier, but it was all 4 feet were on the ground.
Yeah, it's wobbly. I don't know why. Okay, next is treats, chews. That's gonna be fun because Rue's in here. Treats, chews, chew bones, treat bags, all of that stuff. And I want to show you, we have tubs for each category, because some are made for training, some are just rewarding your puppy for being good, some are used for teething, and some are interactive. So you have to have stuff for all categories, because sometimes you're working on training. Sometimes your puppy is teething like crazy and they're getting into everything. Sometimes it's interactive, because we preach it all the time. You guys have to stimulate your puppy mentally and physically. And so one of the best ways to do that is by having interactive treats and toys for your dog. This will be fun. All right, so when it comes to training and treats, you should have some type of bag or pocket or container that's always accessible when you're training a new puppy. Because when you catch your dog doing something they're supposed to be doing, you need to be able to access that right away. And if you don't have it in the arm's reach, it's kind of too late. So it's super important to reward them in that moment, because the more that you reward them, the more they're going to pick up on it. And so a treat bag is important, or a pocket, something that you can always have some type of. We don't do a lot of treats. We do mostly kibble when we do our training, but we do have treats. So a bag that we like is a bag that has a magnetic clip. And the reason why we like magnetic clips is because if you have it hooked, you can easily put your hand in, and when you take your hand out and just hit it, it will close automatically. There's bags that zip, there's bags that have drawstring. The problem with that is that everybody's gonna wake up now, huh? Is that in that moment, it's really hard for you to be able to get the treat in or out. Then there's some that don't close at all, and so then what happens is whenever you go like this, they all fall out. So the magnetic clips seem to be the best for us. We found just the most convenient and easy for us to get our hands on treats right away.
Hey, I have a couple questions.
Sure.
Well, I don't know exactly what Ashley's talking about, but I'm assuming you do. She said, "Hi, I'm here. I just finished ordering and shipping the ball to you."
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know what that
Thank you. Ashley is sending us some fan mail. She ordered the puppies something.
Okay, the next
Yay.
one is, will you do a video on how to train a Klee Kai if there isn't a video already?
We've done a little bit here and there, but I haven't done a full-on video of training. I need to, but I also need these guys to go home so I could focus on just that. So it is on my list at some point, yes.
And then Liz said, do you recommend a slow feeder bowl?
Yes, we're going to go over the bowls right now. This is hilarious. They're all trying to get in there. So tons and tons of different types of treats. You guys can mix it up. I'm not going to go through all that because that's not really what this topic is about. But just know that you have to have multiple different types. So you're going to have training treats, which should be really tiny, or kibble, really, really tiny. And then the treat bag that goes with that, right? And then, sorry guys, I'm taking this away from you. You're not eating this stuff. You're too little. And then when it comes to interactive toys and treats, so you're going to put stuff in these, which is going to work your dog mentally and stimulate their brain. There's tons and tons and tons of different kinds, but just know that you're going to need some type of interactive treat dispenser games for your dogs, okay? And we've gone over a lot of different types of interactive things for your dogs, but even a Kong is interactive. So Kongs, these types of things where you feel something, where they have to slide them back and forth, where they stick to the ground and there's a treat in them. All of those are great types of treats, even chews, depending on what it is that you guys are going to need. Watch out, mister. All right. And then, oh, that's a good boy. That's a good boy, go potty. And then this is my chew bones. Now, of course, you guys probably aren't going to have 8 puppies and 10 dogs running around, so you're not going to need all of these, but you're going to need the same categories. So raw bones, raw meaty bones, raw hides, bones that you fill in the star mark, which is my absolute favorite, which Rue just took all of them. Remember, what are my favorites? Favorite. Star mark, okay? These are the everlasting star mark balls. These are the replacements for them. They have several different types of replacements and several different flavors. This is by far my favorite of all time. Right now, Petco has these replacements on sale for $4, which is cheaper than Amazon, guys. Cheaper than Amazon for the star marks right now at Petco. Would you guys like for me to start sharing when I see something on sale that we always use? Let me know if you guys do, because when I find something on sale, I could just shoot you guys a quick email. But I don't want to overwhelm you guys with tons of emails if that's not what you're looking for. So these are a huge hit. A couple other things that are huge hits that I'm going to share with you real fast. Of course, the bully sticks.
They all said yes, and then Tanya said, how long do they last, the star mark balls?
When they're not open, I'm guessing, because maybe she doesn't have a dog.
No, I think once you give it to them.
Well, they last a long time. Let me go over 2 things. On this one here, it doesn't expire. It's not open. This doesn't expire until 2024. So if you're asking a package that's not even opened, like 3-4 years, okay? On these, even my big dogs, they last a long time, like days. Puppies, you're talking weeks they'll last.
Everybody said yes, share the sales.
Okay, I'll start sharing when I see stuff. So out of chew bones, natural meaty bones are going to be my favorite. Star Mark balls are going to be my favorite. And these are just cow tail. Instead of rawhides, these are cow tail chews. Sounds pretty gross, but so are bully sticks. But these are the big hits from the dogs. And then, of course, bully sticks. We always get bully sticks. Okay, can I move on? Can I move on? Thank you for the kiss right in my mouth. Thank you, Rue. Thank you. You want to go over there? Here. Hey, honey?
Yeah.
Can you take her? Maybe she'll go sit in the living room with us. Yeah. Here. Here, Rue. Rue. Here. Go.
Come on.
All right.
Hey.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah.
We're not super laggy.
Oh, good.
Like, you're like a few seconds behind.
Yay. I changed one of the settings.
I want to say 10 seconds like most.
Oh, sweet. I changed one of the settings that I saw was kind of off. And so hopefully that fixed stuff. I also had some internet problems today. I was trying to post a video for like 3 hours.
I was hardwired on school and it told me my internet connection was poor.
Yeah, exactly. Problems. We had problems today. Okay, so that was on treats and training and bones. So now I want to talk about, oh, I didn't even talk about bowls for the, that was silly because I put it over here instead. So somebody had asked earlier about the,
Liz.
It was Liz, huh?
Yeah.
About slow feeders. We have some dogs that have to eat out of a slow feeder. And if you aren't familiar with what a slow feeder is, this is for dogs that eat rather quickly. They don't chew their food. They swallow it. They scarf it. And it can cause problems. It can cause multiple problems. Who's crying? Who's getting beat up? Your dog can eat so fast that they choke and they start trying to throw it up because it gets all stuck because they don't chew. They're just swallowing it whole. It could cause bloat in your dog, so you want them to eat a little slower. You also want them to enjoy their meal and give them a little stimulation while they're eating, which will help immensely if you use a slow feeder because it takes work to get food out of this. And so you literally put the same amount of food, but you just put it in. So highly recommend, especially if you're just trying to work your dog's brain. So even if they're not a slow eater, I mean a fast eater, but they, there he goes. There he goes.
Tamara had a question about the, what was the thing you can order to put a bully stick in so they don't choke on it when it gets too small?
Yes, so that is, let me have that. Thank you, buddy. You're a silly boy. I was going to show you that. I forgot. It is called, hold on, I think my thing is in here. It is called Safety Chew. And this is not on my website because this was sent to me by one of our puppy owners. But the website is Safety Chew. And so this little green thing, which I think is in the living room, that it's hard rubber. It's really good so far. It's pretty durable. I do want to order some more, but I haven't done so. And it comes with, there's like a starter pack, and then you can buy just replacements. I will say, the bully sticks have a hole in them drilled out already to go into that little holder, which is great, but they're pretty expensive when you order from them. So what I plan to do is, we just used the last one that came in that starter pack. I'm just going to have my husband drill a hole in our bully sticks we have and see if it works, because why would I pay more just because it has a hole in it? I could make the hole myself.
I put Safety Chew's website on the chat.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Good job. Yeah, I do need to add them on, but I had never heard of them until our puppy owner sent us a pack of them.
I have a couple more questions.
Okay, go ahead and then I'll.
Fabiana said, sorry if you mentioned earlier and I missed it, but do you have any suggestions for puppies who like tipping over their water bowls?
Yeah. We use specific water bowls so that they don't do that. And I'll show you real fast, but we did go over that. They have a lot of different sizes, leave my shoes alone, of these bowls. And they can't tip them. They can't grab them. They can't chew on them. This one is small that I'm going to show you real fast. But there's a big one right over here that the puppies are all drinking out of, and it's really, really big. So there's no lip. They can't, and it's a really smooth plasticky, I don't even think it's plastic. It's, I don't remember what it's made out of, but it's not regular plastic. So it's really hard for them to grip it, and it has this rubber lining around so it doesn't slide, so they can't tip it. They don't tip it. Even my crazy dogs don't tip them. I get it from Petco, by the way, Fabiana, and they're called Harmony. They're from Harmony, but they have them on Amazon and other places too. They're just not the same quality.
Cheryl said, is there a specific brand of toy that Klee Kai Pups should stay away from?
I don't think so.
Oh, Cindy was talking about, she ordered one of those safety chews, and they also just drilled the holes in the
so yeah, that was what I was gonna do.
Yeah, she said it works really well.
Perfect.
And then I have another question. Is it really a risk for the dogs to choke with the bully sticks when they get too short?
Yeah, I mean, if they're puppies, I think they can, because they get so excited about them that they want to pull everything out and get the whole thing in their mouth. And because it's literally like an inch or smaller, they could choke on it. It could be a hazard for sure. When we see little ones, we always pull them from the puppies. But it's usually, I mean, these guys are pretty small. They can't really get that far into it. It lasts them days and days and days. But our older dogs will eat what they want and then leave the little pieces, and I have to watch out for them. So yeah, I'm getting warm. I'm going to pull my sweater off real fast, so bear with me for a second.
I have more questions too, by the way.
Okay, because these lights make me hot, so hold on. Can I give you this? I kind of thought I was going to get hot. All these lights on. All right, sorry about that, guys. Okay, next I want to talk about bedding. Okay, so when we talk about beds and blankets and new puppies, I want to share with you, I gotta pull them all off, a couple of things. So remember, whenever you have a little puppy, they're going to have accidents. They're going to potty. Hopefully they won't, but they're probably going to potty in their crates. At some point, they're going to pee somewhere for sure. And so you don't want to invest in all types of nice, big bedding for their crate. The reason why is, for one, they're going to potty in them. But for two, it makes it very hard to clean and wash this. This is a perfect size for a small crate. It's really thick and cushiony. It's very, very durable. I've had this for probably 2 or 3 years, and no one has ripped it. And I have 3 of them, and no one's ripped them at all. The problem is that they're so thick, they don't bend well, and you have to try to wash this. And it doesn't wash well in the washer because it doesn't bend. So keep that in mind. When you have a little puppy, you're going to be washing things a lot. So be careful with what you buy. The other thing with bedding or beds in general, we buy all these cool things like this, right? And then one of them pees on them or poops on it, and I have to wash them. If they aren't good quality, when you wash the bed, it is now going to be a big lump in the middle because all the stuffing, can you see that? Like all the stuffing gets all distorted and now it's a big clump in one area because not every bed is made the same. And so, yeah, I love these nice big beds and the puppies love them, but if I have to wash this, it's a pain in the butt. And then they don't look cute anymore.
I have a question from Tanya. She said, can the dogs eat the bedding and tear it up and become a choking hazard?
I mean, you'll see that people will say that they can. Yeah, they do make holes in them. They do shred them. I've never had a puppy or a dog get sick and have something bad happen from that. Usually they do run around with a little piece of fuzz or something and I have to pull it from them. But I'm not always home. I don't always watch them. Trust me, they've eaten it. So far, so good. But yeah, it could be.
Fabiana said the Kong kennel liner is pretty good, relatively waterproof and machine washable. Don't remember having any issues cleaning it.
Yeah, those ones are pretty big too, though. They're pretty thick, like this blue one. But yeah, it depends how big they are. They're kind of a pain to wash. So one of the best things to do is just buy really thin bedding, blankets, towels that you can just throw in the wash as often as you need to. And if they shred it, fine. You just trash it. It's not a big deal. And then when they get a little bit older, then you can invest. He's a bad puppy. He's digging on it now. Then you can invest in those nice beddings that are really cushiony for their crates. And I'm not saying don't buy them for outside here. Just keep in mind that if you have to wash them, you don't want them to fall apart after one wash. So keep that in mind. Now, when it comes to floors, a lot of us have tile or slip floors, and that's not very good for your dog's knees and joints. And of course, for their structure, you want them to be on a solid foundation, but not slippery. And so if you have stuff like this, you don't want to put carpet, obviously, because you don't want your puppy to potty all over the carpet. But if you buy these mats, they come in several different sizes, even round, square, and they even have small ones for your crate that you can wash very easily because they're very thin. But they have these little rubbery dots on the back side, which is like, if any of you guys know what the socks look like in the winter that are fuzzy, and on the bottom they have these little rubbery things so you don't slip and slide
they're like grippies.
Yeah, they're like grippy. This is very similar to that. And so we love these because it gives the dogs grip, and they're not sliding all over the place, and they're very easily washed. You guys are silly. So all different sizes. These are only on Amazon that I know of. And I've talked about these before. Hey, let go. But they're really under the whelping mats, or even I think they sometimes, depending on who the seller is, they'll sell them as like washable pee pads, which is kind of funny to me, but I don't know why you would want a huge washable pee pad. But anyways, yeah, get one of these if you guys have a lot of tile that you want to protect your puppy from.
Tanya asked, can wood injure the puppy's joints and knees? Slightly slippery, but not that much.
I mean, anything that's really hard is going to be hard on their joints. But if they can get a grip and they're not slipping and sliding, it's not going to be that bad. Just remember, just like us, you know, whenever you're always on a hard surface, it's going to hurt your joints. So give them something soft to walk on. Hi, baby. Okay. Let's see. Skirts. All right. Toys. One of my favorites. Toys. Did you hear that? Rue came running over. You have toys over there. Watch out, baby. Did you go flying?
He was sleeping.
Oh.
He was sleeping, and I like.
Sorry.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
You moved in, but he like.
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to throw him, I promise. Here, sleep.
He like tried to get up and you just kind of
look
like
at this.
tried to get him in the bed. Oh, they've been talking about it.
Yeah, they love that bed. They do love it. Where are you going? I thought you wanted in there. And do you notice Chunk? He's got his own big bed because he can't fit in there with the rest of them. Here, go. All right, so toys. Let's talk toys. Now, toys is another thing like bones. There's several different types of toys, and they all serve different purposes. And it's important to have multiple toys because, for one, this breed gets tired of the same toy over and over again. And so you want different types. I hope I can sit here for a minute and rest my back. Some toys are just for entertaining, right? They have a squeaky, the puppies or the dogs like to play, and they just want to chew on it or squeak it, which is fine. Some toys are made for interaction, for stimulation, and this also has a squeaker, but inside of this little tree trunk is all of these little squirrels, and they literally have to put their feet and their paws and their mouth and muzzle and teeth in here to pull their toys out, and when they do, then they get a squeaky toy. And this is one of Nala's favorites, and most of the dogs love these because when they get this out, this is really small, and they love small toys that squeak because they can carry the whole thing around. So you want to make sure some of your toys are interactive and makes them work, okay? Like this. I think we had this one on before too. So this, when they pull out the toy, it's a ball and it squeaks. And the sound is crinkly, right? So it gives them different sounds, different textures, and a toy with a squeaker. Keeps them busy. Some toys are made for stimulation and for, what's the word I'm thinking? For socializing. You wouldn't think that toys are for socializing, but part of the whole enrichment and development of a puppy's brain is introducing them to so many different things. So some things, which by the way are made for kids that I buy all the time, are really giving your puppy more enrichment and teaching them that shiny things are okay, that things that have different textures are okay, different sounds are okay. And so that way they're going to be more social, they're going to be more well-rounded, and they're not going to be afraid when they are walking down the street and some kid is driving down on their bike squeaking a horn or screaming or a skateboard going by. And so a lot of these things really serve more than just giving your puppy a toy. So really, what is this? It's a baby mat. It doesn't squeak, but it has so many different colors, just like with toddlers and kids, how newborns nowadays, you see all of the nurseries are all of these colors because it's stimulating their brains. And this is the same concept with puppies. So shiny objects, right? Flat objects. I buy so many toddler toys because it's like toddlers and puppies is like one and the same a lot of times. Of course, toddler toys aren't made for dogs, so you have to be careful that they aren't destroying it and eating something out of it. But I find so many toys that are toddler toys that the dogs absolutely love. Some of their favorite ones. I don't know if you guys remember little Gage, who is now Nolan, and a couple of his videos that we posted. These puppies are out. He loved this little koala. It's a toddler toy from Walmart, like $2 at that. It rattles. And they still haven't destroyed this toy. So think of that. Now, if they were to bust this open, I don't know what they would find. So I have to be careful.
Liz said, "Can I give my future toddler the dog toys?" LOL.
Yes, perfect. Just wash them. You'll be fine.
I have a couple questions when you're ready.
Okay, go ahead.
Roderick said, "Is it better to get Klee Kai in pairs, or are they good with growing up with other breeds?"
They're good with growing up with other breeds for sure, they're pack animals, so they just want companionship. For me, two's always better than one. Toys are being thrown at me. But you have to remember, two is also harder than one because now you're trying to train to socialize, to exercise, to all of that. So it just depends on your situation and your home and how much time you have on your hands and how dedicated you are. The good thing with two is that they tire each other out, so you don't have to do as much with the exercise part of it. And they sleep really well when there's multiples. But they also, just remember, they do require a lot of attention and exercise and grooming, and so.
Another question is
Sure.
from Lauren. She said, mine will pull out all of the stuffing to get to the squeaker. What is a good interactive toy that I wouldn't have to worry about the stuffing going everywhere?
So some of those are going to be, I'll show you. And some of this is going to be treat related, but you don't have to do treat related. Some of it is just fun, and they like it. So, these puppies. All right. So, if your dog likes balls, likes rolling things or chasing things, this is an interactive ball that has, it's from Kong. It opens up. You can put food in here. You can also just put like a squeaky ball or a rattler type of toy in here so that whenever they move it around, it's going to make noise. And so if you wanted treats, you could put it in here where they fall out when they roll it a certain way. But you don't have to put treats. You could put anything in here just to make noise. So that's one thing you can use. They can't destroy it, but it is kind of hard, so you just have to remember that with your walls. This one, Simba destroyed. The dogs loved it until he broke it off of the wall or the floor. So this was suctioned onto the tile right here. And do you hear that? It's a teething toy chewer. You can put treats in it. You don't have to because it has a bell. But Simba got it up and then decided to destroy the suction. So it doesn't work anymore. Kong has some that are definitely more sturdy, hardy. But a lot of the toys that I use, if I'm worried about the stuffing, is going to be people toys. So, wiffle balls, they're the best. This type of toy is, again, a toddler book. There's not stuffing in here. By the way, they also have toys that are stuffless. So, a lot of the toys you can get are stuffless, which will be good if you do have a dog who does that. This is really crinkly. There's no stuffing in here. They can't hurt it. They'll shred it, but it just goes in the trash then. And then if all else fails, you have to buy the toys that are cost like $20, which is craziness. But some of the toys are made. Kong has some, but they're really made for chewers. And they are a lot harder for them to get the squeaker out of. So you just have to do your research, but know that you're going to spend a lot more for those toys. But I guess it's worth it if every toy you buy they destroy in 10 minutes.
Tanya said, will Klee Kai like cat toys?
Mm-hmm.
She said, we bought way too many and our cats tend to get bored easily, so that would be convenient.
So one of our favorites, which we'll go through the favorites here in a second, but since we're talking about that, is this. And I got this idea originally from the cat stuff because a lot of the sticks or tail chasers, things like that, are for cats. They have catnip in them. And so we found these, which I think are for dogs and cats, but this was our favorite. So cat toys for sure can work. Lasers, like if you just, of course, don't point it in their face, but if you have a laser on the ground and let them chase it, of course you have to be there for that. But this is one of my favorites when it comes to toys. And so one treats is one thing. Toys.
Michelle said Klaus loves catnip.
That's funny. Rue, quit trying to come over here. Go lay down. Why don't you go play with the other dogs? So yeah, this is on our website on the list. We talk about this all the time. That's also what this is. So you see all the puppies play with. We left this out and they ate this part, so we put it on there. Are we good?
Are Klee Kai sorry, I can't speak. Are Klee Kai a chewer breed?
Chewer for, yes. I mean, any puppy is. When they get older, not so much. But puppies, any puppy, any breed, they're going to chew. That's part of it. It's just like toddlers. They teeth. And so if they're bored, they're going to chew. If they're teething, they're going to chew. So a tired dog is a good dog, and a well-diversed play area is going to benefit you because they get bored really quickly and they get tired of things. So then they don't care about that and they're on to something else. So for sure.
Cole's on.
Hi, Cole. How's my baby?
She said she needs to get one for Doc.
Oh, yeah.
They renamed him.
Yeah. Okay, so back to toys. So some are made for teething, even though they're toys. Some are made for interaction. Some are made just for stimulation, for boredom, that type of thing. And some are like tug of war, this type of chasing. There's a lot of different kinds. Just remember, I have buckets and buckets of toys. They get bored of stuff. So then put those away for a while, pull out some old stuff, then switch it out to keep your puppy from being bored with the same thing. Just know you need stuff for all occasions. This was another good one that they loved, was this little puppy mat. So it has rings on the sides. They're different textures, squeakers, and a mat, and for teething. So it does a lot.
Quickly, look at there.
All right, I think we're good on toys.
Cole said that he goes through the doggy door now.
Oh, yay! That's awesome. They're talking about Taz, guys. Remember, Taz went to live with my sister.
Catherine, yes, Doc is Taz.
Doc is Taz. We were just over there, and we were trying to get him. They have a doggy door, and they were trying to get him to go through the doggy door. And the big dogs were all going through the doggy door, but he couldn't figure out how come he couldn't just go through the slider. And so he finally is now going through. Hi, Papa. All right. Are we good?
I believe so.
Okay. We have a few more. Grooming. And then cleaning supplies. And then just my few extra little things that I was going to throw in. Grooming.
Thank you, Sandy. She has a super chat.
Okay.
Really quick, she said, how long do they teeth for? As you know, I don't know how to say how she renamed him, but Rusty is 8 weeks today, and it's been crazy toes, fingers, anything that goes past his face, he gets his teeth on.
Teething is going to last until they're about 4 to 5 months old, usually. Maybe even 6, depending. But at least 4 months, sometimes longer. It's just going to depend on when they start losing that puppy teeth. But yeah, it lasts a little while, unfortunately.
Chris is on too.
Hi, Chris.
Really quick. Lauren asked, is Doc still going to be in the breeding program even though he's not there?
Yeah, I mean, they live 15 minutes away. So, yeah, he's close by. We see him all the time. He'll come home to breed when we need him if he passes everything. Yeah.
Chris said that he's going to go through canine police training soon. He's going to turn him into a patrol dog.
Paw Patrol. Perfect. Okay,
you're good.
When it comes to grooming, there's tons and tons of items out there. I'm going to give you my favorites, right? So you don't waste your money, of course, and so that you have the right tools to begin with. I'm going to move you out of the way, Betty. You need to move. Remember, when it comes to shampoos, we don't spend a lot of money on that stuff. Simple shampoos that aren't too harsh. Don't waste money on all of those shampoos that are for de-shedding and whitening or tangling, none of that stuff is needed. It's not. Just the simplest stuff. That's not harsh. And then we use 4 main things when we groom our dogs. We use our comb. My all-time favorite is the comb, okay? And there's tons of videos on this. If you guys don't know, watch the videos. I'm not going to go through all that. There's links also to everything. I should come up a little closer since these puppies are right here. So the comb, the rake, okay? Is it focusing?
No. It doesn't like it.
It says it's metal.
There you go.
There. Okay, the rake, the slicker, not this kind, if it'll focus. This kind is horrible. Why? Because there's no little rubber balls on the edges. So all of these tips are sharp like needles. Why they sell this is, I have no idea. There's no reason why this should be sold because it is going to hurt your dog. Make sure that it has the rubber balls, rubber tips on the ends of your slicker brush. And then the glove is our 4 components. I lied, not really the glove. It's really the Kong, but I use the glove too. But the Kong is called a Zoom Groom. Zoom Groom. This is the best. They love to get massaged with this. This isn't something that is going to keep your house clean because there's no way for it to get caught. So you literally are massaging. Hi, baby. But they like it, and you want your dog to enjoy your grooming. If your dog doesn't enjoy your grooming, they're going to run away. They're going to hate it. So you want to start them off with something like this that is just massaging. And then they're going to grow to love being groomed. But these are the main 4 things. Do not buy a Furminator. Don't buy a Furminator if you have a Klee Kai. Okay? That's what it looks like.
Michelle said Aspen's coat is so thick and she can never see his skin. Every time I brush him, I don't think he has skin. It's all fur.
He is all fur. So those are the 4 things, but I want to show you a couple of tips for you guys that don't know this.
Is all the grooming stuff on the link?
Yes.
Oh, Catherine put it up.
Yeah, it is. It's all on there.
Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you, Catherine. So when we groom, of course, we like a grooming table, and I'm not bringing my grooming table in here, but you guys know from watching the other videos, we like a grooming table because I don't want to be on the ground hunched over grooming dogs, and for us it takes a long time because they're adults, and we have more than one. But for one, it's not a big deal. Grooming table is best. If you can, get one, get one. It'll be your best friend. If you can't, then you can use a TV tray, a table, a regular table, like a folding table, or you can even just do it on the ground, whatever works best for you.
I have a question. Why not a Furminator?
The Furminator is going to damage your dog's coat, and it's going to rip out their top coat. It is not meant for double-coated dogs, even though they advertise that it is, but it's very damaging to your dog's coat. And it also hurts your dog really badly. This is really sharp for one, and this pulls out the fur. So it's not pet friendly, and it damages your dog's coat. That's why.
Yeah, that was it. But Kylie's on too.
Hi, Kylie. So just a few tips I'm going to go over real fast for the things that you guys can have. It's not necessary, but you can use when you're grooming, is these little flea combs. And I like these little flea combs to use whenever you're doing like their feet, the backs of their ears, like this stuff here, which I know I don't have a table, so it's going to be hard. But I like this because it's easy to hold, for one. It's not a huge comb, but it's very fine tooth. And so for those spots that they don't have a lot of fur, but you want to still get in there and clean and make sure they don't have any tangles, or if they are shedding, be able to get that out. These work amazingly. And remember, this breed's pretty clean. And so they'll go out and play in the mud, and then an hour later they're nice and clean. But sometimes they might have some underlying residue that you can't really see, and this is going to pull it all out. So this is awesome, especially like for their neckline, because it's super fine comb, and it's going to make them really, really pretty. Really pretty. So,
do you know if that's tornado?
Yes, this is.
They were asking.
Yeah.
And then like 3 people said, I think it's tornado.
Yeah, it is. It's tornado. I have their weights right here too, so we could share that as soon as I get this done.
We love him.
Yeah, we do love him. You're a little baby. You're a little baby. Yeah. Okay, so that's one. The other is the glove, which I do use this often, but not always. So the glove is another little trick thing that you guys can use. When it comes to grooming, the best way to do it whenever your puppy is shedding, especially when they blow that first puppy coat, is give them a bath when they're in the sink or the tub or wherever it is you're doing it. Comb them out or brush them out while they're wet and lathered, and most of that's going to break free right there and come out. It'll be a lot easier for you guys if you do that. And start early. Grooming and bathing start super early, because at 8 weeks old they should already be comfortable with grooming and nail trimming. Okay, so the other half of trimming or grooming is going to be nail care. So I'm going to show you on a puppy real fast, since they need to have their nails trimmed. Remember, shampoos, we don't spend a lot of money. We use Burt's Bee or any inexpensive shampoo that's gentle.
Tanya said, what if your dog doesn't want to stay to be groomed?
They don't have a choice. You're the boss. They're not the boss. So if they don't want to stay, then you put them on their leash, their choke chain, right? Put them on their choke with their leash, and you're going to redirect them. If they're young and they keep wanting to run away, use the lick mat. If you use a lick mat to convince your puppy to stay, and put it on the ground with their favorite whatever. So obviously you have to, some things you have to plan ahead. Like if you know you need to groom your puppy and you know they hate it right now and you want to try to make it rewarding for them, then freeze something the night before and know you're going to groom tomorrow. And that way, I should grab the lick mat. If you don't know what a lick mat is, you can put the lick mat on the ground or on the grooming table, and that's going to keep them busy for a while. So a lick mat, there's several different kinds. This one is great for if you are trying to bathe your dog and they keep wanting to run away. This will stick to the walls in your tub or your shower or your sink. And then you put the stuff in here, whatever. It has to be moist, even if it's wet dog food. And smear it and freeze it. It'll last forever. If you don't freeze it, then they're going to eat it a lot faster, but it still serves the same purpose. So if you stick it to the ground and then they're there eating it, you probably can't see it right there, while you're grooming, then it's going, of course it's not going to, oh, it did start to stick, but it's not wet, so it's not going to just stick without me wetting it, and I'm not licking it. But this is going to help you, okay? Or even just a flat lick mat. But remember, you're the boss. They're not the boss.
Liz said that she's seen people put peanut butter on saran wrap and then put it on their heads so that they can cut their dog's nails.
Yeah. Okay. That's if you have to, I guess.
I do have a quick question.
Okay.
Do you recommend cleaning the dog's paws after their daily walk?
No. I don't need it. They're fine. They'll self-clean. They play in the mud and the dirt and they self-clean. They're fine.
You should have taken a picture of them after they were playing in the mud.
Oh, I did. I have tons of pictures. I just don't have time to post them all. All right. Real fast on grooming. Part of the grooming process is going to be nail trimming. Our puppies, I don't know about everybody else's, but if you get a puppy from us, when they leave here, they are very, very comfortable with nail trimming. If you keep it up, you will not have a problem trimming your puppy's nails or even your adult dog's nails. And it's important because if your dog doesn't wear down their nails on their own, or if you live in an area where it's snowy or it's too hot and you aren't able to get a lot of exercise on concrete or things where they can wear down their nail beds, then you have to trim their nails. And if you can't, then you have to pay the vets to do it, which is silly to me, but people do it. But if you can do it yourself, then it's going to save you money, but it's also going to help with teaching your puppy that it is okay to touch their feet. It's all part of stimulating. So one of the things that you do whenever you're working with socializing and stimulating a puppy, even at birth, is touching their paws, touching their feet, touching their bottom, touching everything. But a lot of dogs that you'll see that they can't cut their nails is because they don't want their feet touched. And so if you get them used to it, like this puppy doesn't care that I'm touching her paw at all. She's only 5 weeks old. So if you keep it up, you won't have to pay somebody to do it. At this age, regular nail clippers. We've done this a few times, but I'm going to do it again for you guys. Hopefully. I know it's hard whenever I'm trying to show you. So their nails, these guys need their nails cut. Do you see that? They're kind of long. Okay. It's focusing pretty good. Big toenail clippers. And all I'm doing, I'm looking over here to see if you guys can see good, is trimming the edges. You can see the white part and you could see the pink. So you know where you're supposed to stop trimming. And do you see this puppy does not care? It's because she gets her nails cut every week. Okay? It's not that hard. And it's important to do it because if you don't, then when they go on walks, they're going to walk funny. And of course, at first, it's going to be a little scary. Like you don't want to go too far. And so you can always take off a little bit more or just go kind of easy. Don't go so far. But you'll be able to tell after a few times. You can actually feel, even with the clippers, you can feel where the little notch is. And how far you can go. But that's for little puppies. When they get a little older, of course, they're not going to be able to use just these types of nail clippers because their nails are going to be too thick. So then you're going to use clippers that are made for dogs. And the way these work is the toenail goes in there, and whenever you close it, it cuts it off. You see that? There's different types. There's a bunch of different ones. It doesn't matter which one. Honestly, these are probably like 15 years old. You can get them at Petco, PetSmart, Amazon, probably even Walmart, everywhere. And then the only other thing I do is the Dremel. And that's if I am cutting little puppies' nails, and their nails are really sharp like cats. So we'll get scratched a lot. In fact, I had scratches on me earlier. So we'll use this, and some dogs don't wear down their nail beds the same. So even though they may get exercise, they're still kind of sharp. And this is pretty quiet. I'm sure you can hear that. And there's several different holes for you to stick your paw, the puppy's paw in. And let's see, we'll grab him because he's a little bit bigger. My God, he's a chunk. Hi, handsome.
Thank you, Gina.
Thank you, Gina. I know we have things to give away soon. And so what you're going to do, depending on what toe, what paw pad it is, there's different holes. So we have that one that's lower. We have one that's like, see how angled it is? It's different. The hole size is even different. Okay. And so then all you're going to do with this, you guys are climbing all over me. I can't move. Is you're going to turn it on. And this is also good for stimulating because there's some vibration. There's some sound. And let's see. I can't tell. Do you hear that? Hold on, buddy. And of course he's like, what in the world are you doing to me? Because he's so young. He's only had this done like twice. But for the most part, he's pretty good. And I know you guys are going to ask, like, can you go too far? Can you hurt them? There's this guard on here. There's a guard on here for a reason. Okay? And it's not hurting him. And so now his nails won't be sharp. That's it. Easy.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
In order to keep their teeth clean and healthy, would you brush it? If so, how often? We don't.
I know. I'm horrible at that. So I don't brush my dog's teeth. I will tell you guys, yes, you should brush your dog's teeth. If you do, then you won't be as likely to have dentals every year. You still might, depending on your dog. But we give a lot of natural meaty bones and raw hides and things to self-clean their teeth because I don't have enough time in the day to do everything I do and brush 10 dogs' teeth. I just can't do it. So, yeah, I would say yes for you. Do as I say, don't do as I do. All right, so any other questions, or can I just keep going with my last few things? Okay, so my last few things are just some simple tips for you guys that you can use. Let me put them all together. Somebody's eating my feet. Who is it? Oh, yeah. Okay, so let go. Let go. Let go. I'm going to break your teeth. Where's my... Oh, there they are. Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay, you getting dinner?
Yes.
Yay. All right, last few things, and we are done. Move on. Okay. These are just some hacks in addition to some other things that you're going to need. Cleaning supplies. So we use shop towels, which are shop paper towels. That's why they're blue. But they're very thick and durable. They absorb a lot more than a paper towel. You can get these in rolls, and you can get them in a box. You can get them at anywhere from the automobile place, like AutoZone. You can get them at Sam's Club or Costco. You can get them at Target. You can get them at the grocery store. So they're just called shop towels. We like them better than paper towels. You're going to need something to clean up any type of accidents. Watch out, baby. That are on carpet. Anything that you need to get rid of the enzymes from your dog's accidents. Because if you don't, what's going to happen is they're going to keep going in the same place over and over. Even though you may not smell anything, you may think you cleaned it well, they still smell it because their sense of smell is 10 times better than ours. And they're going to keep marking there. Or your other pets are going to mark there. Or your cat's going to mark there. So it's super important to use something like Nature's Miracle. There's other ones as well that you will want to use to clean that. Couple of things that we like for supplements or coat, skin, things like that are salmon oil. Number one, we love this stuff. So the wild Alaskan salmon oil, you probably will not need a bottle this big, just so you know. But this is a pump, and we pump, it depends on the weight of the dog, but you're going to pump a half a pump to a 1 pump in their food a day. And this is salmon oil. So it's going to help with, it's omega-3 supplements. So basically it's going to help with their coat, their skin, their eyes, a lot of things that maybe they don't have enough of in their food. A couple other supplements. So there's tons of them out there. Missing Link is a really good one, but they stopped selling the one I liked. But this is a powder, and so it's for skin, coat, joints, and then you're just going to sprinkle some of this on their food. So there's a lot of different things that you guys can use. I'm just sharing things that we like. Doesn't mean you have to have it. And then New Vet is the vitamins that we love. You want in here, you always want, you're going to knock the table over. Hey, can you get her?
Yeah.
Just bring her this way and let her in. She heard the bag, that's why. She thinks that
Can
it's
she just
true.
turn right here?
Yeah, but you can't open it, can you?
Yeah,
Oh.
this way.
Okay. All right, so New Vet is the vitamins that we like, especially whenever you are dealing with a dog that's gotten a little older and you want to make sure that they are able to still keep going up and down the stairs. It's good for their joints, their eyes, their hips. Hi, thank you. It wasn't food. I know that's what you thought it was. Here, you want this? Okay. Flea treatment. We use Frontline Plus. There's several different ones out there. We use Frontline Plus. This is a topical, which means it goes on their skin right here and their back, usually right below their shoulder blades.
Hey, really quick.
It's a once a month. Yes.
I want to give people 5 more minutes to get their super chats and stickers in before I pick my winners. It's 7:40.
Okay. So a few more minutes. We're going to give away. Did you just do that? I know it was you, because that was a lot of pee. Jeez Louise. Can they see that? No, huh? Oh, yeah, they can. Don't go in there. You guys stay over here. Let's see how good these big old paper towels are. Mister, you're a bad boy. So flea treatment, we use that. Of course, if our dogs are nursing or pregnant, breeding, that's different. We don't give them that same stuff because it's not safe for pregnant nursing babies. And 2 more things. 3. Pee pads. If you are using pee pads, okay, not everybody is, and I don't recommend that you do if you don't have to. If you're able to use your yard or door to get your dog out, then we say don't use pee pads because you don't want to encourage your dog to potty in the house. However, some people have to. Some people live in high-rise buildings and they don't have balconies, patios, that type of thing, so they use pee pads. Now, if you do use pee pads, there's trays that you can use for the pee pads so that they don't do what this knucklehead did and drag it all over. And they also have pee pads that have sticky back. So you peel off this, and there's several of them, but you peel off this paper and then there's sticky back on the pee pads. And so that will help if you have it on an area that's a hard surface, so that they are less likely to just pull it off. Okay, so if you have to use those, either get the tray or the sticky back, which will be a lot easier than picking up shredded pee pad. Last 2 things. One is if you have a puppy that is a boy who is marking in your house, there's something called a belly band. And a belly band, I know you guys might not even know what that is. A belly band is this here. This is for an adult, of course. It looks like a diaper. It's washable. And it goes around their waist and it covers their privates. So that way if he hikes his leg to try to pee on something, he cannot mark my house. And there's an absorbent material inside here. And it's really thick like a diaper. And they're washable. Okay? If you have a female who is either in season or is having like excitement pee, or maybe they're having too many accidents and you're tired of not always catching them in the act and you're busy in the moment. I wouldn't say this is a permanent thing, but we use them whenever our dogs are in season, but they have what they would call a diaper. So these are more for females, not for boys, because boys, obviously, their privates are up a little higher, so this wouldn't work. But there's a slot for their tail, so their tail can come out. I think we even had Rue on one last week, right? And so these are convenient whenever you have to. Maybe you haven't fixed your female yet and she's in season. That is a solution so that they aren't leaving spots all over your house. And then the very, very last thing is, just in case your dog does have anxiety or does have problems with getting a little overstressed or overstimulated, there's something called a thunder shirt. Rue, get out of there. You already had a bone. And a thunder shirt is a shirt that really is somewhat tight around your dog, and it lowers your dog's heart rate enough to calm them down. And so that's something that you can try if you do have a pup, they have different sizes, by the way, that gets a little overexcited or anxious or nervous, maybe you're working on crate training and they just don't settle down, you can try something like that. Hi, thank you. Thank you. Okay, get down.
Well, since we have no super chat or stickers, I guess I can just give these.
Well, first we have to see how many thumbs ups we have.
62 and 77 watching.
Okay, not bad. If you guys haven't already done so, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up real fast. And then while have you already figured out who?
Well, I kind of figured it out.
Babies are all awake.
I kind of figured it out, and then I was waiting to see if anybody.
Okay.
But yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Okay. Our Petco gift card is going to Liz.
Ooh, congratulations, Liz.
The socks are going to Kelly Chen.
Kelly, congratulations.
And then one of the masks is going to go to Fabiana.
Okay.
And the other one is going to go to Tamara.
Oh, well, she's giving away everything.
Well,
all right.
We were pretty busy.
Yeah, that's good. Hey, whatever. That works. So just know on the masks, you probably can't tell, but I could tell there's a flaw when they're printed, but they still work perfect. They still wash and nothing will come off of them. And then we'll send you a pair of socks to Kelly, and we will send Petco gift card to Liz. Yay! Thank you guys for joining us. I know now you guys want to see babies.
I have a million questions first.
Okay, go
I
for it.
haven't bothered you because we're almost done.
Okay.
Okay, back up from way up here. Tanya said, how do I make it so that the puppy won't bite or make it so that they open their mouth when you brush their teeth?
So it's going to be, you're going to start really at a young age, right? And get down, Ro. Get down. What you can do is get your puppy used to being on its back, okay? Let's see if you can see him, because he's great. I got hair in my mouth. It could be while you guys are watching TV at nighttime, or where you're just relaxing in bed in the morning, and you're going to start, I'll spin this way a little. Oh, they can't see that way. You're going to start getting them used to having their mouth played with and their lips. So literally, in the beginning, you're not brushing his teeth, okay? All you're going to be doing is lifting for a few seconds while you watch TV. Is it focusing?
No, but you can see it.
So if you just play with their mouth, you're getting them used to it, okay? While you watch TV, and then just wash your hands because obviously you're playing with their puppy's mouth. But if you do this every day for a few minutes, when it comes time to start brushing his teeth, he is going to have no problem with you playing with their mouth and touching their teeth. None. This is what we do for dog shows. So in the dog show world, we have to show our dog's teeth. So literally every day you just play with their mouth and their lips and pulling their lips up. So that's what I do. And then you won't have a problem. Next.
Sorry, I'm having Chase do something for me since Kylie's not here to explain it. Lindsay said, any news on Autumn? I know I'm off topic.
She was digging earlier. I was starting to stress. But nothing yet.
And then Liz said, will you be doing Sky's puppy offers tonight?
Yeah. Everything is pretty much done. I finally got that video up. I was working on it for a long time. But yeah, I'll be sending that out after the live. After I eat.
Yeah. Okay, just kidding. There was way less questions than I thought.
Okay.
Robin said her daughter wanted her to let you know that she picked out a smaller version of the octopus toy today at PetSmart for our future puppy.
Aw, that's awesome. Yay.
And okay, yeah, unless I skipped a whole bunch of them, but I had stuff a long time ago. Yeah, I guess when you were explaining, people didn't have any questions.
Okay, cool. That's good. That means they were listening.
Oh, Lindsay said, when exactly is Autumn due?
Tomorrow. First due date's tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, get down. I'm busy. Relax. Sit. Okay, we good? Hi, Thank you. Are we good?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, all right, so I'm gonna share their weights as I bring them up to you guys, just so you could see. This is the 5-week-olds that we just did the video on earlier today. This is Sky's litter, Sky and Ozzy. And this is Tempest, so she is the only girl. She is brown-eyed, okay? Good girl for looking. So that is Tempest. She's 2 pounds, 5 ounces. I think she's the biggest, or she might be tied with somebody. So that's Tempest. I'm just looking to see. I'm pretty sure she was the biggest. Oh yeah, she's tied. Okay, so Twister is next. Twister is also 2.5. And he's over here. So Twister is gray and white with blue eyes. So he is 2.5 as well. Good boy. That's wait, was it right? Twister? Yeah. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. And then next on here is, oh, little baby.
Thor.
My little Thor. He's right here. He's just tearing up his brother right now. So remember Thor, my tiny, my dark, he's really dark. He's going to look a lot like Ozzy. He's going to look like his dad. He is 2 pounds. 2 pounds. He's looking better, right? He's starting to look like a Klee Kai now. Hi, Ruru. So he's tiny still, 2 pounds. You don't need to clean him. He's fine. Watch out. Watch out. And then we have our little...
Everybody remembers how Thor got his name. By accident.
Yeah. Okay, Tornado is our super light boy, who's actually 2 pounds, 3 ounces now, believe it or not. Remember him and Thor were like neck and neck? So he's 2'3", where the others that we saw were the biggest are 2'5". So he's caught up. That light's not that bad, buddy. It's not that bright. He says, yeah, it is. He's super light. He won't look that way because of the light. So he's really light like Simba, but brown-eyed. And 2.3. And then Thunder is 2.3. Thunder is biting my foot right now. Thunder is blue-eyed. Ouch, that hurts. Oh. And then, hey Lex,
Yeah.
while I'm doing this, I think I'm on the last one actually. Can you grab me Sky's puppies? Just put them in
You
the,
have Sky's puppies.
I mean, sorry, Sassy's puppies.
Is she out?
Can you just grab them? You can put them, well, is somebody gonna, Eric's not here, so.
What do you, okay.
Can you grab all 3 at the same time? I think I gave you everybody, didn't I? Let me see. Oh yeah, and then let me grab Stone, our little porker. Okay, Stone was, hey Chase, do you remember what he weighed? 5 point.
It was like 5'12".
Okay, he's 6 weeks old, guys. I hope he starts losing some of this puppy fat.
Do they have names?
He's double chin.
Yeah, he's a double chin. He won't even.
Baby.
I don't want her getting her smell on them.
I know.
Sassy's gonna get mad. So he is 5 pounds,
Yeah, you guys have names.
12 ounces, I think. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Yeah,
But
5'12". I literally
He
just weighed him.
is a chunk. But he's funny. He's also a bully.
There's another question.
Okay, I'll take them if you can get Rue out of here because she's gonna be putting her smell all over them.
Oh no. Sure.
Okay, just take her over there. All right.
Yeah.
I don't want Rue putting her smell all over Sassy's puppies because Sassy's going to get mad. So remember, 2 girls and a boy. They all have their eyes opened, and I can tell you, I can already tell their eye color. This one is the girl. Okay. Stay.
Just let her sit in your lap.
Like, can you? I don't know if you can see their eyes yet.
They can see that they're open.
Okay, that's the girl. And then there's 2 boys. The light is kind of bright for them. He says, I'm not looking.
Oh, I think Sandy asked which one was the runt first, guys.
Thor. What are you? He's right here. Oh my gosh. Put it on the phone. Oh, I don't know.
No, you can't see it.
Dang it. He was right here. Look. There he is. He was sniffing the babies. He's like, wait, what are those? Huh. Okay. And then the last boy. Are you jealous or you just want to smell them? And then the last boy. Hold on. I'll try to hold them all up for you guys. Look at the triplets. Are you being a bully? That's the babies. So, of course, the 2 look identical, but one's a girl, one's a boy. They're not going to both look. And then one's a little darker. But marking-wise, same. And I know you guys might not have been able to tell, but they are all blue-eyed. I usually won't say that very often, but they are very, very blue. And both parents are blue. So, yeah.
There's 2 other questions.
You can read them.
Lauren said, did you say you could see the eye color?
Yeah, so, yeah, they're all blue.
You can put her down.
And then Liz Lauren said, how is Thunder's personality?
You gotta watch the video. Thunder is, he's the darker blue. The darker blue-eyed one, I think. I just put their folders over there. I'm pretty sure. He's mellower. If I remember which one he is, he's mellower than some of them. But you go watch the video. I just posted it earlier. Hi. The babies are not in here. She's trying to get them.
We have another question. Any new pregnancies?
No. No, not yet. Are we good?
Yeah.
That was like
Perfect timing.
perfect timing. I was worried because there was a lot of stuff to go over.
I think we stayed on topic too, and there weren't too many
Yeah.
questions.
I thank you guys for letting me get through all of that. Hey, what are you doing? Get out of there. I was talking to you. What are you doing? What else? I think that's it. We covered everything. If you guys are new or you haven't already subscribed, please do me a favor and subscribe. Next week is going to be the last live for the month. And I have decided I'm taking 2 weeks off. I know. You guys are going to die. But I'm going to take 2 weeks off because the week after is Thanksgiving, and the week after that is my birthday. So we're going to take 2 weeks and come back and be ready to rock and roll. And then it'll be Christmas.
I thought you were going to do another week because of our party.
Oh, yeah. We have an ugly sweater party every year.
She just sat on the baby.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to figure it out. But I know for sure I'm taking 2 weeks off. Maybe 3. What I will do is be nice. You need to be nice. What I will do is just randomly, I'll probably put the live on just so you guys could see the babies, but I won't do a show because I know you guys are going to have withdrawals. You're stepping on him. But we're not going to do a show for a few weeks.
Lindsay said, I know you were talking about taking a break. When will the next breeding be scheduled?
Rue is just finished breeding. So here we go. So yeah, Rue just finished breeding with Trout. So if she conceived, she's due in 9 weeks. Yeah.
Everybody's saying happy birthday and that we deserve a break.
Thank you. I'm getting old.
And it's exactly 8 o'clock and Eric is almost home with dinner.
All right, Ruru, we gotta say goodbye. Yeah, we gotta say goodbye. Who's gonna say goodbye? Who's gonna say goodbye? Huh? Who is it? You gonna say goodbye? I don't have the babies. I know that's what you're looking for. Sorry. She won't stop smelling me. Well, we will be here next week, so if you guys are able to join us next week, please do so. And then we will take a few weeks and get ready for the holidays and go from there. Rude. So anyways, thank you guys so much for joining us and for supporting our channel every single week and interacting with us. And I'm getting a bath. Can you see? Look at that. I don't have to take a shower now. Can we say goodbye? Thank you for the kisses. Thank you. All right, until next time. Bye.